Hey guys, what's up? It's Queenie. Welcome back to my channel. And so today I'm going to show you guys how I contour and snatch my entire face. As you can see, my face is very round and very flat and doesn't have too much dimension. But we're gonna make it work. And yes, my hair is different, as you can see. Let's not actually talk about it today. I know my part is orange. Let's just leave it alone. We'll talk about it next time, maybe when it looks a little better, but today this is just what it's gonna be. Let's get started. So on my face I have my MAC foundation, the Studio Fix Fluid in the color NW50, and I primed my skin with the e.l.f. poreless face primer that smells like tea tree oil. It's actually really nice. I'm just gonna start off with the KYLIE Cosmetics concealers. I'm using the darkest shade Cocoa, and then I'm using Almond to highlight. So you guys have seen me use these before, but I'm actually gonna mix it with some LA Girl concealers as well. This one is super light. This is the creamy beige. Don't get scared. I know I'm dark skinned. I shouldn't be using this to highlight on its own, but I am going to add a little bit of this into my KYLIE concealer just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna use the concealer under my eyes just like this. And if your face is wide like mine is, you can get away with pulling your concealer down a little bit, but if you have a really small face, try not to drag it down too low because you don't want to highlight your whole face. But for me, my face is pretty big, so I can drag it down just a tiny little bit more than, I guess, the average. And then I'm going to take a tiny bit of this beige color and dab it in, just to brighten it up just a little bit. Now I'm just gonna take a beauty blender and blend that out. And I'm just dragging it upwards to kind of lift my face up a bit. And I'm also putting a little bit on my eyelids. Like if you are prepping to do an eye look, this is okay to do. But for today, I probably won't do much eyeshadow, but just to kind of even things out, I will continue to put it on my eyelid. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on my forehead as well. I'm not going to do too much because I don't like it to look too bright. And as you can see, I kind of brushed it down on my bridge to kind of highlight that part. And you can see it's already kind of creating its own natural contour, which is like a reverse contour because my skin tone is contrasting the bright color and making it look more defined in the middle. So some people can just do reverse contouring and be gone and be done with their contouring routine, but I'm actually still gonna use a dark color to contrast it as well. So I'm gonna go in with the dark concealer on my cheeks, along the sides a little bit, at the top of my head. Because I'm wearing a frontal, my forehead is a little lower, I'll be honest. And I'll put some right here. And then I'm going to take a contour brush like this. It's really tight and helps like smooth it out. And you always want to brush it upwards so it doesn't create a shadow going down, making your face look like you're trying to lift up your face, you know? So you want to brush it going up, and you also don't want it to look like you have a beard, because if you make the shadow going down, it'll kind of create that illusion. And this is just to outline my my chin. So I'm creating a nice like focus in the center of my face and kind of erasing the bigger parts of my face. Before we continue, I'm just gonna say this because I know this comment is gonna pop up. This is not about trying to snatch and slim down my features to fit European standards. This has nothing to do with that. This is just about trying to look 10 pounds lighter, okay? This has nothing to do with, oh well, I want to look more European, so I'm gonna make my nose look skinnier. Please don't, because I love myself, okay? And I know those what in the what was on this brush? So this has nothing to do with that. This is just about kind of contouring your face so you look snatched. It's not about self-hate. It's not that deep. So if that's what you think, please click out of this video because I don't have time for that. I feel like people always get so upset when they're like, watch me contour my nose. Like, it's not about hating my face or hating the fact that I look African. Like, it's nothing to do with that. So please Please, please, please don't. Now I'm going to continue the contour with the brush, and there's already product on here, so I'm not going to add any more. I'm just going to brush it along the sides of my bridge right here, and I'm going to pull it into my eye a little bit, so then it looks like it's starting a little bit higher and has a bit more dimension all the way up. And then I'm going to blend it out again. I'm using a stipple brush because it's really light. Okay, now I'm going in with the KYLIE concealer again, and I'm going over my Cupid's bow right here. A little bit more. Oh, I didn't do my chin. I'll do my chin a bit, and I'm just going to add a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. And then Beauty Blender. And then you can keep doing this until you feel like it's at the perfect stage. I already feel like my nose has a lot more shape right now. Or I guess dimension, I'll say. It has a bit more depth. It looks like it's standing up. I want certain things to stand out. I like how my nose comes down, so I'm going to highlight it so it stands out. So really, this is more about loving yourself, you know? Okay, so now I'm going to take my concealer again, and this is something you don't have to do, but I like to do this so when I take pictures it creates that like effect. So I'm going to reverse contour, so right under where I did the dark contour, I'm going to put a few dots of the light concealer just like that. Okay, and to blend it out, and I'm blending it downwards. And then now I'm using the dark contour to contour my jawbone. Again, I'm adding to the shadow of it, bringing everything to the center and erasing that big round like look. Now I'm setting my eyes, but I'm also highlighting because the color of powder I'm using, it's a very neutral color, as you can see. And I'm just going to brush it underneath my eyes. And along my nose as well. And then again, where I highlighted here. Okay, so now I have the actual highlight and contour done, and I'm going to go in with a blush to just lift up my cheekbones. A little bit on my nose. And last but not least, I'm going to use a nice shimmery highlight. Cupid's bow, chin, tiny bit on my forehead. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a setting spray and kind of melt it all together because we did use a lot of powders, and kind of make it look a little dewy again. Okay, so that is it. I hope you guys thought this was pretty simple. I just went and did my lips and my mascara, and as you can see, my cheeks are lifted, they're sucked in, my jawline is nice and chiseled, my forehead is contained. I hope you guys thought this was easy, and my nose is snatched and it is straight and it has a little bit of shape, even though it doesn't really stand out on its own. I made it stand out a bit more in the best way possible, which is by bringing out my nose bridge a bit because it's not usually very visible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, go and slay a little bit on the Instagram, you know? Make sure you follow me on my social media, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, all that fun stuff. I will see you in my next video. Bye!